Imagine this. You wake up early, get ready, go to work, come back tired. Repeat. At the end of the month, your salary comes in. You feel safe. No risk, no uncertainty, no surprises. And yet, you still feel stuck. Like no matter how hard you work, your life isn't really moving forward. Now, here's the uncomfortable question. What if the thing you believe is keeping you safe is actually the reason you're not getting ahead? From a young age, we're taught one simple formula. Study hard, get a good job, stay safe for life. And it sounds logical. A steady salary, predictable income, a stable routine. It feels like the safest path. But here's what most people don't realize. Safe doesn't mean secure. In fact, many people who follow this exact path end up financially stuck for decades. Not because they're lazy, not because they're bad with money, but because they believed something that sounds true, but quietly works against them. Let's break this down in a simple way. A safe job gives you one thing: predictability. You know how much you'll earn, you know when you'll get paid, and your brain loves that, because humans are wired to avoid uncertainty. We'd rather choose something predictable, even if it's limiting. But here's the problem. Your expenses are not predictable. Your rent increases, prices go up, unexpected costs appear. And suddenly, that safe income isn't enough anymore. Now you're forced to work harder just to stay in the same place. It's like running on a treadmill. You're moving, but not going anywhere. Now here's another hidden issue. A job gives you active income, which means you only earn when you work. No work, no money. So your entire financial life depends on one thing: your time. And here's the truth most people ignore. Time is limited. You can't work 24 hours a day. You can't double your time. So your income has a natural ceiling. That's why even after years of working, most people don't feel financially free, because they're trading something limited for something that resets every month. But the real trap isn't the job itself. It's what the job does to your thinking. When you have a stable salary, you start to feel comfortable. And comfort feels good. But comfort has a hidden cost. It reduces urgency. You stop asking, how can I grow my income? And you start asking, how can I manage with what I have? And slowly, you shift from building wealth to managing survival. There's another psychological effect at play. When you depend on one income source, your brain avoids risk at all costs, because losing that one source feels dangerous. So you avoid trying new things, you avoid learning new skills, you avoid taking chances. Not because you can't, but because you don't want to lose what feels safe. And that's how people stay stuck for years. Now let's talk about something most people ignore. A job feels secure until it's not. Companies change, jobs disappear, industries evolve, and suddenly that safe job is gone. But if your entire life depends on that one income source, everything shakes: your money, your lifestyle, your confidence. Now imagine a different situation. Instead of one income source, you have two or three. Maybe one small side income, maybe some investments. If one stops, you're still okay. That's real security. Not the absence of risk, but the ability to handle it. Here's the shift most people never make. They think safety comes from stability, but real safety comes from flexibility. The more ways you can earn, the less dependent you are on any one source. Think of it like this. If you sit on one chair and it breaks, you fall. But if you have multiple supports, losing one doesn't matter. This is how wealth actually works. It's not about working harder, it's about reducing dependence. Even a small second income changes everything, because now you're not fully reliant on one source, and that changes how you think. Let's say two people earn the same salary. One depends only on that job. The other starts building something small on the side. At first, there's no big difference, but over time, the second person gains something powerful: options. And options create freedom. So what should you take away from this? Your job is not the problem. Your dependence on it is. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need to take extreme risks. But you do need to shift how you think. Start seeing your job as a base, not your entire future. Start building something small on the side. Learn skills. Invest slowly. Create additional income streams. Because the goal is not to escape work. The goal is to create control. At the end of the day, a safe job isn't really safe. It's just familiar. And familiarity feels comfortable. But comfort isn't the same as growth. The people who move forward financially aren't the ones who avoid risk. They're the ones who understand it and prepare for it. So next time you think, "At least I'm safe," ask yourself, am I actually safe or just stuck? Because the biggest change in your financial life won't come from earning more. It will come from thinking differently. And once that changes, everything else follows.
Now you know the truth about safe jobs. But there's an even bigger trap most people fall into. In the next video, we'll break that down. Don't miss it.